welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Vintage Racing Group Auto Club 150 here. I'm your commentator, Zach Mecca, here tonight once again, and we will be seeing these guys go 75 laps around this track for 150 miles. Now, to come in here, they're going to be starting to run about, they're going to be able to run about 22 laps, no more than 22 at the most on fuel, as they are heading into qualifying. Here we will get you your national anthem.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the rampart we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
As we do thank all the men and women out there who do serve our country well. As we are in qualifying right now, currently on the top of the leaderboard will be the number 7 of Ryan Nichols, running a lap time of a 30, and he will get bumped down as soon as I say it. So now currently on the top of the leaderboard here will be the number 07 of Scott A. Johnson, running a 38.93. Just about 3/100ths of a second faster than Ryan Nichols, who ran, off the top of my head, a 39.0. Running out into the top 3 position here, the number 93 of Brandon Kreutz, who would be running a 39.2. As actually we'll get your exact lap times up here. Ryan Nichols in the number 7, running a 39.014. Brandon Kreutz in the number 93 here, running a 39.153. Those are the only laps so far below the 40s. Running in 4th, the number 13 of Kyle Dean, running a 41.361. That'll round out your top 4 and all the people that have qualified. as these drivers will go underway with the drivers meeting here for tonight's race. Only about 5 people running a qualifying lap there, as that's all I will get so far. As they go into the drivers meeting. No cars currently gridding so far yet. Actually, they do grid onto pit road, differently from all the other tracks. As they do start to grid here, we will go into your starting grid here for tonight's race. Starting in first, Indy number 07, running the fast time on the inside pole of a 38.926. The number 07 of Scott A. Johnson. In second, running the outside pole time of a 39.014, running the number 7 car for tonight, Ryan Nichols. Starting in third, on the inside, Indy number 93, running a time of 39.153, Brandon Kreutz. Starting in fourth, running a time of a 39.559. With the number 25 here tonight, Kyle Amon. Starting in fifth, on the inside, the number 13 of Kyle Dean, running a 41.361. The rest rounding out your top 8 here, not completing a qualifying lap, the number 88 of Mark Goldstein, starting in sixth. Number 27 of Bob Mertens starting in 7th, and the number 32 of Garrett Robinson starting in 8th. As we do see a problem already with the number 7 on pit road. He will not start on the starting grid here tonight. Will, in fact, start in his pit. They've had a slight problem with the car so far tonight, resulting in him having to start in the pit. So that'll move your leader of the number 25 going to the outside pole here, as he technically did not run it, but will get that position after the number 7 will not take the grid. Pace car will bring him around. Coming out of turn number 4, getting ready to go green. That nice Ford Mustang pace car getting ready to dive in. We'll dive into pit road here, as we will go
Green flag.
green. Green is out here for 75 laps at Auto Club as they are off here. Currently 5 cars starting on the starting grid so far, as the number 7 still in pit road. As they go into turn number 1 and 2 here, Kyle Mon fighting hard, charging on the inside, on the outside, coming to the inside, making it 3 wide. The number 93 of Brandon Kreutz fighting for those points after missing a week, as they are almost 3 wide onto the back stretch. We'll settle it out just a little bit as we go into turn number 3 and 4 here. The number 93 getting past that number 25. Looking to the inside of the 7. Has a little run on him. Can't seem to make it happen, though. Now the number 7 wags at number turn 4 here. Will enter onto the track here. We go back up out in front here. The number 93 hard charge and goes outside to block the 25. 25 getting ahead of steam. Coming to that number 93. Racing hard here on lap number 1. Going into turn number 3 and 4. Kyle Dean looking to the inside of the 25. Number 93. Oh, we're going to see the 25 get a little loose. Will he save it? He will. No caution will come back. Will come out as the 93 will use the apron to the inside. Getting into turn 1 and 2 here. As they come around into these low bank turns of almost kind of like Kentucky. Like Kentucky Motor Speedway. The 07 getting ahead of steam at a 2 after the 93 completes the pass. Getting into the inside in turn number 3 and 4 here. 93 tried everything he could on the backstretch to hold him off. 93 will get that momentum out of the turn though. And the number 93 of Brandon Kreutz will lead his first lap of the race here on lap number 4. We are going to try to bring you our best here tonight with a low amount of car fields. Still thought that this race should be brought to you even though there's only 6 cars on this starting field. You go back here to the number 7 of Ryan Nichols. May have maybe had a mechanical issue within the car, having to fix it quickly in order to get back out on the field here. Is not shown a lap down, but will be pretty far behind the rest of the field here, hoping for a caution possibly. We go back out front here, the number 13 looking to the inside of the 07. Coming out of turn number 2 here, the 07 going to get the momentum on the outside, will complete the pass and hold off the 13 for getting another position. So we saw that 13 have a strong car last week, leading most of that race at Talladega and ending up making a final lap pass out of turn number 4 on his own teammate to get his first win of the season. Another strong car we definitely saw at Talladega would be the number 7 of Ryan Nichols, as he will come into turn number 1 and 2 here, catching up to the 25 of Kyle Amon after some early troubles on about lap 3. Coming out of turn 4, looked to get a little loose, does have some right front damage to his car, I believe. Maybe the whole right side though, as it'll just be the right front. Has a little scrape on the right side, but most of the damage was impacted from the right front into the wall out of turn number 4, as we do have a car blown up going into the pits. That will be the number 13 of Kyle Dean. We'll be bringing it down pit road there, if I can find it. An instant replay on what happened there. Coming into turn number 1 or 3 and 4, just gets a little loose, fighting for position 3. Car is still going, gonna bring it down pit road. Eventually that may end his night early on. As Scott Johnson starting to close in the number 93 here. 93 thought he was home and clear. The 07 will start pulling him closer and closer each lap. 93 here looking to win the championship for this year. We do have a schedule update for Non-Stop Racing TV. The night of June 23rd. The cars will be at, I believe, probably one of the best races I think is going to happen. It's going to be so sad. June 23rd, they will be at Kentucky, a similar track like this, just about a half a mile shorter. There will be no broadcast that night due to reasons of the broadcaster, myself, not being able to make it, as it is, as I would say. my graduation night. So Kentucky we will miss. As they head into Auto Club this week, we're going to take a look at this schedule for you as we watch the battle here between the number 93 and 07 next week. These cars head to Richmond for 126 laps and 94 miles. It's going to be a quick race. So far, this race is going by pretty good too. And after they come back from that off week, they will run 13 races, starting off at the flat half a mile and a half track. Actually, it's a mile track of New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Yeah, that is a mile track. New Hampshire Motor Speedway is a 1 mile track, as we see the number 07 get to the bumper of the 93. Doesn't get it the run into turn number 3 and 4 as he wanted, and we'll lose just a little bit of time, as actually he's going to gain it out of turn 4. On the exit of turn 4, he's back under the bumper of the 93. As we see some great fans out there tonight of Tasha George, seeing a weekly fan. Great to see you out there once again tonight. As the 07 look into the inside of the number 93 once again. And bring you into our Goodyear blimp here as they go into turn 3 and 4. As they do come out of turn number 2 here, the 07 starting to get another run onto the number 93. Maybe looking to the inside again. Tires may have been falling off of that number 93, as these cars will have to make a green flag pit stop within the next 5 laps. In the next 5 laps, we will see some green flag pit stops underway. As we will head to the back of the field just a little more here, the number 7 of Ryan Nichols will get the top 3 position after passing Kyle Amon. As Mark Goldstein will be in the pit too. Let's see what happened to him. As we're getting... As we'll see Mark Goldstein maybe trying to make a green flag pit stop. Ooh, gets a little loose. We'll have to take a black flag on that one. We'll bring it down pit road. May have a lot of damage to fix there. As we see the number 7 of Ryan Nichols running a white and green paint scheme tonight. Can't tell exactly what's there on that paint scheme. See if we can get a better look at it as he comes into turn 3 here. As going so fast by that camera, I can't really tell again. As we will see the number 7 of Ryan Nichols actually begin the green flag pit stop cycle. He will bring it down pit lane here, looking to do an early pit strategy maybe. Did focus on the number 7 for a little while. The number 07 will get by the number 93 here on lap number 16 of 75. Bring it to 217. Number 93's tires may have been worn out just a little more than he needed. Tire wear will be a big thing at the end of these runs here, As we can already tell here by the number 93, who had a fast car to begin with those brand new sticker tires, now has slowed down quite a bit. As we'll see that number 93 severely slowing down. Actually, almost 2 seconds behind the number 07. Maybe looking, as he will go into the pits, he will begin his green flag pit stop. As so far we are seeing just about every car has pitted so far. Mark Goldstein coming back out of the pits after wrecking, or spinning out I should say, out of turn number 4 on lap. I have no idea. I'll go back and see. Lap number 10. Lap 10 he will pit. As we're still waiting on our leader to bring it down to pit road here. Trying to stretch his fuel as much as he can. Around to lap number 21 here. Fuel should be starting to cut short here on this number 07. As the maximum amount of laps they can run, as I did see in practice, was only 23, and then the fuel will run out and the car will start to sputter. And Scott Johnson may be bringing it around this time. Maybe not. We'll bring it around for one more lap. Scott's cutting it close on fuel here. Scott still hasn't pitted yet. May pit this time or else he may run out of fuel. May not know the fuel limits here. That could possibly affect his race and where he finishes if he doesn't know how many laps of fuel he can get. His crew chief should be on that for him. As will he be pitting this time? He will be. The RPMs will go down. He will enter pit road here for his first green flag cycle.
Hey, wake up.
As that was not supposed to happen. That is a mistake on my part. As the lead cycle should maybe cycle out to the number 93 here. Scott will bring it down pit road into the first pit stall. Will we see him take 4 tires? It's what everybody would probably want. As the right sides will go up and down. Left sides now go up. He will take 4 tires. As that number 93 is hard charging onto the front stretch here. As the 07 just leaves pit road. Not going to be able to leave in time to catch up to that number 93 or stay in front of that number 93. As actually he may be able to stay in front of him. I just not stay in front of him. Be able to stay behind him, not by much. As the 93 will begin to lead this race once again. as we are seeing those 2 winner stickers. Those beautiful, beautiful winner stickers on the number 7 of Ryan Nichols' car. Did get 2 wins this season. Swept one weekend, which was 2 weeks ago, coming off an off season. Winning Chicagoland here in the Grand National Series. Getting the pole and winning that race. And also winning the next night in the Cup Series for his first time ever at Martinsville Motor Speedway. As he also won another time in the Grand National Series at Darlington. Dominated that race, leading, I believe, 69 of 74 laps. Also with a win in this series, the number 07 of Scott A. Johnson, winning at Atlanta with just his one only win here in the Grand National Series. I believe he does have a win, though, in the Winston Cup, as he does at Darlington Motor Speedway, or Darlington Raceway it's called. And also with back-to-back wins, tried to go for 3 in a row. The number 93 brought it to 50 laps to go here. Won 2 times, 2 weeks in a row in the Grand National Series. Does not run the Cup Series. Won Rockingham Motor Speedway and Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Tried to go into Atlanta and win it, but lost by a great pit strategy to the number 07 of Scott A. Johnson. And currently only has 2 winner stickers on his car. Another one in this race that does have a win. The number 25 of Kyle Amon, taking the checkered flag at Bristol Motor Speedway. After, I wouldn't say a dominant race, did have a good race and had some luck onto his side. Brought him his first win of the season. And then also with another win, the number 13 of Kyle Dean, who has seemed to bring that car into the garage, ending his night. As the drivers were asked if they would like a competition yellow at 40 laps in this race, the drivers did decline to that, and this race will go green unless a caution happens to come out. As that is actually true, Eric. You did dominate with leading 63 of 125 laps. Did dominate, had the fastest car. Both wind up finishing 4th. As we see the number 93 moving up and down this track here, trying to do anything he can from keeping the 07, getting into his draft, and passing him. As this track is 2 miles long, draft is very possible, actually possible at this track as the 07 looks to the inside of the 93 here. Going into turn number 3 and 4 here. Will it be affected by the lap car up ahead? Side by side out of turn number 4 here. The 07 with the momentum on the inside, but the 93 keeping it side by side on that outside, getting a little bit of a run out of turn 4 actually. Looked like the 07 had just a little bit more of momentum. As now we gonna see these two touch. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to go back and see that there. I'm gonna go into our overview head here. Going into turn number 1 and 2 here. We'll get it at the lap before. As they'll head into turn number 1 and 2 here. Scott just seems to dive it just a little bit too hard. 93 does bring it down a little bit. Those two make contact. 93 will be able to save that car though. That will push him back to second position as after maybe having a fight on the radio. 93 may have thought that may have been intentional. Sure did look just a little bit suspicious, but we up here are not race officials and we will not have any comment on what will happen there. As the lap car will stay low, giving the respectful line to the leader. Actually, the leader may want that low line. As the 88 does drift up here, out of turn number 2 here, lets both the lead lap cars by. They have held up Scott Johnson just a little bit, as now the number 93 getting a run into the turn number 3 here. As there is some blinking there out of, I don't know who. Could have been my connection. Don't know whose connection that would have been. Do the CV7 slow down? Going into pit road here for his second green flag pit stop of the night. As we do see the leaders starting to come up by the number 7 here. That will put the number 7 a lap down under green flag. As these two leaders will have to pit soon, we do see some damage to the number 07 on that right front. May affect his driving a little bit, may wear out his right front tire a little more than he needs. That could possibly slow him down in the long run. as the number 93 will bring it down on pit road. And that'll cycle, actually the number 25 will be 3 laps down. That will not cycle the second place to him. As we will hear the RPMs go down on the number 07. We'll bring it into pit road here. That may possibly cycle that lead back out to the number 93. As left sides will go up on that car. Will be another close call out of pit road. We'll get the car moving again, tires spinning. But the number 93 coming hard charging into turn number 1 and 2 here. Will cycle the lead back out to the number 93 here. And the number 93 will get almost a 2-second gap between him and the 07, as the 07 will need to get up to speed here. As the number 7 of Ryan Nichols is about 12 seconds behind. Actually, it is saying 10 seconds on my screen. 9 seconds actually, gaining some time. Will has gained about, I would say, a second each pit stop he does. Ryan does have a strong out here tonight. Strong car out here tonight, I should say. As Scott A. Johnson is about 3 seconds between him and the number 93. That 93 may have made some adjustments to his car under that last pit stop, and is actually one of the most dominant cars in this field so far. I think he has led 23 of 75 laps. So far, the most laps led between him and Scott Johnson. Only 2 cars in this field to lead a lap, with Kyle Amon bringing that car out of this race. May have had a wreck, as I'm going to go back and try and find it, as I'm not finding it. Mark Goldstein, number 88 driver, still strong in this race. Looks to be just pitting, just exiting the pits, or may have run out of gas. Seems to be fairly slow on the backstretch. May have, unfortunately, run out of gas and trying to roll it back around to pit road. They have enough momentum to looking to be slowing down just a little bit here. does go through number 3 and 4 here. We're gonna get a onboard view of what it's like to drive this track. See, it is very difficult to get around this track here with the amount of banking it does have. How wide these turns are. Multiple grooves on this track. We almost see the number 93 get into that wall there out of turn number 2. As he is 4.5 seconds ahead of the number 07. Look to have made some adjustments on that pit stop. Has severely helped his car out in the long run. As I believe there is only about 3 cars left in this field with 28 laps to go here. None of these drivers want to be bunched back together. The number 7 of Ryan Nichols actually starting to close in now on that number 07 of Scott A. Johnson. Scott A. Johnson may have made some adjustments under pit stops recently, negatively affecting his car. We're going to see that number 7 start to really close in. 07 just doesn't seem to keep up to speed. As it is confirmed, only 3 cars left in this field. After some unfortunate circumstances for the rest of these cars, may have had mechanical issues or driving problems, which resulted in them bringing their car into the garage. As we did see the 88 of Mark Goldstein roll it down backstretch, may have blown up or ran out of gas. Would have affected his car and could not continue the race tonight, which is unfortunate and very sad for these drivers. As the number 7 of Ryan Nichols is only about 2 seconds behind the number 07. Really starting to drive into that number 7. Really starting to reel him in. Trying to get a second place finish here. Maybe get a good green flag pit stop here, as they will need one more to complete this race. think I hear a car slowing down, getting into pit road. May be wrong. These cars will have to bring it into pit road one more time to complete this race. As Ryan Nichols, the number 7 driver, usually brings the car in, the first car to start the cycle of green flag pit stops. Not bringing it in this time. Let's see if you're a leader. We'll bring it in as he comes around onto the backstretch. As we will put our RPM meter back up there to determine who will come in first. We'll check the number 07 here. The number 07 will start the cycle of green flag pit stops. Will the number 7 bite the bullet too and take it? He will not. The number 07 not happy with his car, maybe bringing it down pit road to make the adjustment he needs. As now the time between Ryan Nichols and the leader is 13 seconds. Such a big gap. May need a miracle here to close in that gap, possibly. If your leader will bite the bullet. I'm not able to talk today. He will not pit. Will the number 7 of Ryan Nichols pit this time? Let's watch the RPM meter at the bottom left of your screen. He will not. Scotty Johnson will bring it out of pit road here. Has already gone a lap down though. To the leader, the number 93. Will the number 93 bring it into pit road this time? 20 laps to go. They're trying anything they can to make it last to the end of the race. He will not bring it in as the RPM meter stays at 8,000 RPMs. We're waiting for the next car to bring it down pit road here. The number 7. Not going to bring it in this time. 2 cars left on this field that have to pit. As we see the number 93 shaking his car a little bit, trying to get the last little drops of fuel he can. As now the number 93, the RPM meters will go down. The number 93, your leader, will be pitting. Will he be able to make it? He will get into pit road just in time. Watching the number 7 now. 7. Oh, not bring it in this time. Looking to lead the first lap of the race here. First lap he has led so far. He's possibly actually trying to keep that number 7 a lap down. Will not happen though. Number 93 right sides will go up. As it'll be a time bullet here between him and the number 07. Left side's up. Pit stop is complete. Number 7 in turn 3 and 4. 93 leaving pit road. This is going to be coming down to the bullet here. These 2 cars may have a fight for position here as the number 07 on the start finish line. 93 gaining up to speed out of turn number 2. 93 will continue to lead so far. Actually not. Will stay in second as the number 7 of Ryan Nichols is still on the racetrack. There is a 6-second gap between the number 07 and 93. That could potentially affect the 07, bringing that car into victory lane. Number 7 of Ryan Nichols bringing it into pit road this time. Pit road is so long he may not have enough time to beat these leaders out of pit road. May be able to beat the number 07 though for second position. As the number 93 coming out of turn number 4 here, the 7 not in his pit stall yet. We'll bring it into his pit stall here. The number 07 out of turn number 4. That'll cycle the lead out to the number 93 as the number 7 just begins his pit stop. As so far this race has gone caution free. There is a 7-second gap almost between the number 93 and the 07. The number 7 will enter turn 3 and 4 here. It's going to be 11 seconds back from the number 07, I believe. As that'll be true. As 15 laps to go here, these cars are all set to make it to the end of this race. Possibly Scott Johnson may have a little fuel trouble, maybe not. We shall see though. He pitted with 22 to go. If he conserves his fuel just right, he'll make it to the end of this race. If not, if he burns his fuel out, he's going to have to pit one more time. May not even make it to the end of this race. as there is 9 laps to go here. This race is almost about a done deal here for this number 93. Just driving this car around slightly, lap by lap, no mistakes making sure he makes no mistakes is what I meant to say. There's 8 laps to go here. Actually, the number 7 of Ryan Nichols is starting to close in the 07. Gained about 2 seconds on him, maybe 3. As there is 6 laps to go here. Trying to get a couple lap shots here on every car. Actually, 5 laps to go now as the number 93 did bring it. The number 7 closed in 2 more seconds onto the number 07. May not have enough time though to catch that 07. As this 07 was one of the most dominant cars here tonight. Laps winding down, made some adjustments to his car. Has some damage on his car that may be affecting the way his car drives. As the most led laps here tonight is 50 laps by this number 93 here. 19 by the number 07 and 2 by the number 7. The only 3 cars in this field to lead any laps. As coming to 2 laps to go here, this race is winding down. This will be your top 5 here for tonight. As the number 7 of Ryan Nichols just doesn't seem to have enough time to catch the number 07. We'll finish top 3 here tonight, even top 5. And we'll possibly hold on to the points lead, as he does have a 175 points gap to the number 93, but 104 to the part-time driver of number 76, Cole Borgstadt. and has a huge gap on the number 07 of Scotty Johnson. The number 93 looking to get a win here tonight, coming through turn number 3 and 4 here. The final turns, no mistakes can happen. As he will come down and win the Auto Club 150, getting his 3rd win of the year. The number 93 of Brandon Kreutz. As we will get these drivers to their interviews soon. All drivers must be in the team speak if they want to have an interview. As that was an accident there. As we will bring in our 3rd place winner here tonight, the number 7 of Ryan Nichols. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, we saw you start in the pit road tonight here and have some mechanical problems on the car. Thought you had the car to win here tonight. What happened there, not making you grid tonight?
Yeah, just a small miscommunication. Wasn't able to get the car on the grid in time. Started out in the pits. Had a really good car, but without having any cautions, it hurt us. And it just, nothing went in our favor. And it's a shame because, I mean, I'm mad right now but it's my own stupidity. But you know, we were able to come home 3rd, and lead a lap to get those 5 precious bonus points. So I don't know. It's just, you know, it's the 2nd week in a row we've had just headaches, and it's starting to get old.
Well, we definitely saw you had a great performance here tonight, though. Did get to lead a couple laps for the bonus points. You got anybody to thank tonight before we head you out?
Yeah, I got to thank Anubis Autosports. Once again, great equipment. Unfortunately, we couldn't really, you know, show what she had tonight. I got to thank Ineos. Got to thank Vintage Racing Group for putting this league on. Got to thank Non-StopRacingTV for broadcasting these races. And I got to thank Tasha for supporting me yet again. Sorry we couldn't put on a better show. And, you know, we're going to keep running these, because I'll tell you, the Sailor Jupiter Ineos Ford Mustang was great, but I just wish we could have gotten up to the front. Just didn't have enough time. So, but we're going to do what we can to win this championship. That's for sure.
All right, well, you possibly will hold on to the points lead here tonight. Congratulations on your top 3 finish here tonight, and we will definitely see you next weekend at Richmond.
Yes, sir.
As now we move in your 2nd place winner of the number 07 of Scott A. Johnson. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, we definitely saw you had one of the most dominant cars here tonight, and you were most likely the car to beat. And then after a pit stop under green here, your car just seemed to have slowed down. What happened under that pit stop?
Actually, it was just before the pit stop. I was out in the lead and made some contact with the wall up in turn 1, and just couldn't recover from it. I had a little bit of damage, and I couldn't collect enough repair to get it taken care of before the race was over.
You did have the car to beat here, and you were always side by side with the number 93. Looked to have the long run car. What would your car start to do as the run started to go on?
Actually, I tried to save my tires as much as I could, so on that first run we had, I thought I was doing okay, and then after that with my damage I kept trying to push it, and I just wore my tires out.
Is there anybody here you'd like to thank tonight before we have you head out?
I can thank my family for putting up with me and giving me the time to be able to do this, and Skidmark Motorsports for setting up the car.
Alrighty, well, congratulations on your 2nd place finish here tonight, and we will hopefully see you next weekend at Richmond.
All right, thanks, sir.
As now we bring in your winner here tonight, getting his 3rd win of the season, trying to start up another winning streak here. The number 93 of Brandon Kreutz. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, we definitely saw you had a dominant car here tonight. I wouldn't say being dominant, not being dominant, leading 54 laps. Most laps led here tonight, but did have the number 07 of Scott A. Johnson to fight with. What was going through your head after you saw after the pit stops he started to slow down?
Oh, the first half of that race, I was pretty much thinking, he's been right on my tail this whole time, or in front of me, leading laps. So, the first half of this race, I thought I'd have to win this on pit strategy. So, that started going through my head. And it was working, for the race. Had he kept his speed, a little bit, he had smacked the wall a little bit out of turn 2, one of those laps, about halfway through the race. Slowed him down a little bit. Had he kept his speed, I think we could have gotten this thing on pit strategy. So, that would have been, either way, I think that would have been a win for us.
Well, we definitely see you'll have another celebration for Anubis Autosports with your teammates and your pit crew here tonight. Is there anybody you'd like to thank before we head you out for tonight?
Yeah. First of all, I just want to say, my teammate Ryan ran into some tough luck here at the start. He missed the grid of the race. He was had to do something with his car in the garage and missed the start of the race. So it was unfortunate for him. He ended up third. He definitely could have had a 1 or 2 finish in this thing. But I really want to thank Anubis Aftermath Autosports for allowing me to drive their equipment and their setups, and overall just help me out here. Awesome team. I want to thank Hair Hand Collectibles, Aftermath Home Design, Vintage Racing Group, definitely. They're looking for drivers to come out here and race with these guys. Really fun league. Non-Stop Racing TV, Primetime Racing TV. All those guys. Just everyone that helps me out.
Alrighty, well, congratulations on your win here tonight, and we will let you celebrate throughout the week, and see you next weekend at Richmond.
All right, thank you.
Well, after a great performance here tonight by all drivers, very low field though, and some unfortunate events early on for some drivers, did end up being a great win for the number 93 of Brandon Kreutz, and a great show here tonight between, I would say, the top 5 throughout the whole race. I'm Zach Mecca. This was Non-Stop Racing TV. We hope you enjoyed your night here tonight. Have a great night.